Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Today we're taking a look at Gamma. It's the next-gen humanoid robot coming out of 1X Technologies.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
It's designed to live in your house and be helpful around the home, not just in factories or labs.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's pretty wild. They really focus on making it move naturally.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, robots have been in labs for so long, but to really learn, you have to put them in the real world.
Like with all its messy, unpredictable stuff.
Precisely. Homes are full of all these little details and quirks that you can't just program into a robot. They need to experience it firsthand.
Okay, that makes sense. So Gamma, how does it actually learn in a home environment?
Well, it all starts with movement. Enneagamma has this thing called a multi-purpose whole body controller.
Sounds fancy.
It is pretty cool. It basically uses human motion capture data to allow the robot to walk, squat, sit in a chair, all those things we do naturally.
So no more like those stiff robotic movements we're used to seeing.
Yeah, exactly. It's designed to move more like a human, but it goes beyond just basic movements. Gamma is designed to understand, like, personal space and those kind of subtle things that we do as humans.
The things that make us human.
Yeah, right. The things we do without even thinking about it.
I gotta admit, though, a robot moving around my house, it makes me a little nervous.
Oh, sure. Safety is a huge concern, especially when you're talking about a robot that's going to be interacting with people in their homes.
Absolutely. So how does Gamma address those safety concerns?
Well, they built it with what they call soft covers and a tendon drive system. These are designed to protect both the robot and the people around it.
Okay, so soft covers like cushions.
Exactly. So if it bumps into something, it's more of a gentle nudge than a full-on collision. And the tandem drive system uses, like, flexible cables instead of rigid gears.
That sounds a lot safer.
It is. It makes the robot's movements more controlled and gentle,
All right.
which is really important when you're talking about, like, a robot being around kids or pets.
I hadn't even thought about pets.
Exactly. It's got to be safe for everyone. But you know what really sets Gamma apart? It's not just the safety features, it's the AI.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Every robot these days talks about AI, but what makes Gamma's AI different?
Well, it's got this advanced visual manipulation model. It can pick up a wide range of objects, even if it's never seen them before.
Seriously. So if I left my keys on the coffee table, it could figure out how to pick them up.
Yep, that's the idea. It's not pre-programmed for specific tasks. It learns and adapts to new situations.
That is wild. But what about communication? I mean, can it actually talk to you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Gamma has this in-house developed language model.
Wow, really?
They've been working on it for a while, and it uses a conversational voice interface, so you can actually, like, chat with it, ask it questions, get some sass back.
No way, a sassy robot.
That's the future, right? A robot with personality. But it's not all about the tech, it's also about the design. Did you hear about the knit suit?
The what? A knit suit? What is that, like a little robot sweater?
It's really cool. It's made from soft, durable nylon, and they use this seamless knitting process to make it super flexible.
Okay, wait, a robot in a sweater. That's kind of cute. But why a knit suit? Is it just for looks?
It's about functionality, too. The knit suit actually makes the robot quieter.
Ah, I see. Less clanking and whirring as it moves around.
Exactly, and it's super comfortable to the touch, which is a nice bonus. They really thought about every detail.
It sounds like it. So where are we at with Gamma's development? Is it available to buy yet?
Not quite yet, but they're starting internal home testing.
Whoa, internal home testing. That's huge.
It is. It's a big step towards bringing robots into our homes. It means Gamma will be interacting with real people in their own environments, learning from real-world situations.
Like a little robot going off to college.
Exactly. And just like sending a kid to college, there are some concerns and questions that come up.
Like what happens when robots become a regular part of our lives? How does that change things for us?
Right, those are big questions, and ones that we need to think carefully about. But for now, let's focus on the amazing things 1X Technologies has done with Gamma.
I'm with you on that. They've definitely pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible with home robotics. I can't wait to see what comes next.
Me too. And you know what? Speaking of pushing boundaries, let's talk about the design philosophy behind Gamma. It's more than just a machine, right?
It feels like there's a deeper vision at play here. Yeah, let's explore that in the next part of our deep dive.
It's amazing how quiet they made Gamma. Like, they actually managed to reduce the noise by 10 dB.
Wow.
It's about as loud as a refrigerator humming in the background.
Really? That's pretty quiet for a robot.
I know, right? Imagine it just doing chores around your house. You'd barely even notice it was there.
I mean, that changes everything. Like, I always picture robots being all clanky and noisy.
Well, yeah, a lot of them are, but NeoGamma's different. The knit suit and shoes definitely help.
I was just going to ask about that. How does a knit suit make a robot quieter?
It's like a sound dampener. The soft material absorbs a lot of the noise that would normally be produced by the moving parts.
So it's like a stylish and functional robot outfit.
Exactly. But it's not just the suit. They also really worked on the hardware, making it more durable and less prone to wear and tear.
That makes sense. I guess worn-out parts tend to make more noise.
Absolutely. Like your car gets louder as it gets older, right?
Yeah, that's true. So NeoGamma is built to last and be quiet.
Yep. Quiet operation for the long haul. Now, remember that 4-microphone, 3-speaker system we were talking about before?
Yeah, tell me more about that. It sounds pretty high-tech.
Oh, it is. So those microphones are strategically placed to capture audio from every direction, 360 degrees.
So no matter where you are in the room, NeoGamma can hear you.
Yep, even if you're whispering.
No more shouting, "Hey, robot," across the house. That's pretty cool.
I know, right? It's like it has super hearing. And the microphones also use this technology called beamforming, which basically focuses on your voice and filters out any background noise.
Okay, that's some serious audio tech. But what about NeoGamma's voice? Does it sound robotic?
Well, that's where the 3-speaker system comes in. One of the speakers is specifically designed for AI voice interaction, so when NeoGamma talks, it actually sounds pretty natural.
No way. So it doesn't have that, like, monotone robot voice?
Nope, they've been working on making it sound more human-like, with more natural intonations and inflections.
That's awesome. So it's like you're having a conversation with a real person.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And get this, the other 2 speakers, they're actually in the pelvis.
In the what?
The pelvis. And those speakers, they're outward facing, so they can actually play music and sound effects.
Wait a minute. So NeoGamma can blast music and sound effects while it's, like, doing the dishes?
Yep. It's all part of making NeoGamma more than just a functional robot.
More like a companion.
Exactly. Something that can enhance your life, not just do your chores.
I like that. Seems like they've really thought of everything with this robot.
They have. But, you know, all of this amazing tech, it all leads back to that home testing phase.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that. It's going to be a huge undertaking.
It is, but it's essential for NeoGamma's development. It needs to experience real homes, real people, real messes, you know?
Learn from the chaos.
Exactly. It's all part of the learning process.
You said before that it's like sending a kid off to college. I can't stop thinking about that. It's like NeoGamma's going out into the world to gain some real-life experience.
I love that analogy. And just like with any new experience, there are going to be challenges, but there's also going to be incredible growth and learning.
It makes you wonder, what will NeoGamma learn out there in the real world?
Right. What insights will it bring back to the lab?
It really feels like we're at the beginning of something big here, you know, like a turning point in how we interact with robots.
Absolutely. NeoGamma is pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and the internal home testing phase is going to be crucial in shaping its future. But, you know, we keep talking about pushing boundaries, and I think it's important to talk about the philosophy behind NeoGamma.
Yeah, what's the driving force behind this whole project?
Yeah.
It does feel like there's something deeper going on here, something beyond just building a really cool robot.
I think you're right. There's definitely a bigger vision at play here. Let's dive into that in the next part of our deep dive.
You know, it really feels like we're at this turning point, right? Like we're moving from thinking about robots as just tools to thinking about them as something more.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like companions, partners even.
Right. It's a big shift in how we see robots, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, for so long, robots have been stuck in factories and labs. But NeoGamma, it's like this bold statement. It's saying robots belong in our homes.
And not just as like a novelty, right?
Yeah.
It's designed to really be a part of our lives.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not just about the tech. It's about the philosophy behind it. 1X Technologies, they're envisioning a future where robots are collaborators.
It's like part of the family almost.
Yeah, helping us, learning from us, even maybe being our friends.
I mean, that raises some big questions, right? Like, what happens when robots become so integrated into our lives?
Yeah, for sure. Like, how does that change our relationships with each other? Does it change how we see ourselves?
I mean, I think we've all seen those sci-fi movies where robots take over, but NeoGamma feels different.
Yeah, it's not about replacing us. It's about augmenting us, you know?
Making us better.
Exactly. Making our lives easier, maybe more meaningful. Who knows?
It's both exciting and kind of scary. right? Like, we're stepping into this unknown territory.
It is. It's a big leap. But, before we get too deep into the philosophical stuff, let's bring it back to Enneagamma. What makes this robot so groundbreaking?
Yeah, if you had to sum it up.
I'd say it's the perfect blend of cutting-edge AI, thoughtful design, and a vision for the future. They've created a robot that can learn and adapt.
And one that interacts with us in a natural way.
That's it! Like, they've cracked the code on how to make robots and humans work together.
It really feels like a game changer.
It is. And it makes you wonder, what's next? Where do we go from here?
What's the next chapter for Enneagamma?
Well, that internal home testing phase, that's a huge step. It's where they'll gather so much data, see how Enneagamma functions in the real world.
It's like sending it off to college, see how it does on its own.
Exactly. There'll be challenges, for sure, but it's going to learn so much.
And that data will shape its future, right?
Absolutely. It'll help them refine the design, the AI, everything.
It's exciting to think about what they'll discover, what Enneagamma will learn out there.
It is. It feels like we're just at the beginning of something truly amazing.
Totally. And, as this technology keeps evolving, it's important for all of us to have these conversations, right?
Yeah.
To think about the implications, the ethical questions.
I completely agree. It's not just about the tech, it's about how we use it, how we shape the future with it.
Well said. I think that's a great place to leave our listeners with something to think about. If you could have an Enneagamma in your home, what would be the very first thing you'd ask it to do?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Let us know your thoughts. Hit us up on social media. Until next time, keep exploring and keep asking questions.